Hey y'all, today we're gonna be doing the one shot and we have to play as the Joker. So I'll be the silliest succubus. Let's go. Hope you guys are having a nice day. If you're new here, make sure you are subscribed. Okay.
Best of luck.
Sorry. Today will be a good day. Well, we can just, we'll talk today. I'll talk to y'all about all the different health issues I've got going on. That'll be the topic of today's stream. Very exciting. But for those who don't follow me on TikTok, also it will be good to just have it all kind of in one place. Confuse the skeleton. There we go. But yeah, okay, so my health issues, so I guess I'll go all the way back. I was, before all this started, oh my god. Before all this started, I was healthy. Like, I guess, I did, like, get sick more than the average person. Like, I would get colds more than, like, my family members, but I was always, like, not sick again in less than a week. It's not like I would get sick for, like, a month, or, you know what I mean. Like, I'm more susceptible to getting sick, but I would get over it, right? Like, pretty normally. I would just be sick, a couple of days more than the rest of my family. I got COVID like 8 times in between 2020 and 2022. So I just have, like, I guess a slightly weaker immune system than most people, right? But there's nothing, like, medically wrong with me. The only real, like, medical history I have is, like, I have migraines and I have bipolar 2. But that honestly mostly just presents itself as, like, depression. Unless you give me something that's like a serotonergic drug. If you give me a serotonergic drug, then I have mania and all that kind of crazy stuff. So yeah, that's how that goes. But yeah, so, like, as you can see, I was healthy, right? And migraines, having migraines sucks, but that's not like, it's not like I have, like, heart disease or something seriously wrong with my health, right? So I was pretty healthy, right? You know what I mean? Like, I would get colds, yeah. I would get them more than most people, but I would get over it. The world, like, it would be fine. And I never had to, like, take off work. Like, before this, I've had the same job since August 2022. Before this, I only called in sick from my job one time, and it's because I tore my tendon in my foot. Like, literally. Like, I've never called into work sick. Like, I've just only been minorly sick and just kept going. Like, it's never affected my life. So, anyway, I know this is kind of a long-winded explanation. So, then in August, right here, I got like a swollen lymph node. You can't see it. It's pretty small. Like, right under my chin. And I was like, weird. I have a swollen lymph node there. Oh, well. I asked my mom, I was like, why do you think I have a swollen lymph node? She's like, who the hell knows? My mom, is not the most sympathetic. She's like, well, who cares? Nothing's really wrong with you, so who knows? Who knows, but who cares? It's not a big deal. So I'm like, okay, yeah, she's probably right. It's not a big deal. So I was like, okay, just ignore it. But then in October, I got this big one right here. That human really took a lot of health out of me. And then I was like, okay, I need to go to the doctor. So I went to, there's like a doctor at my school, right? Just for, like, students in my school. And I was like, hey, I got this swollen lymph node. It just popped up, and, I didn't have this before. What's up? And then she's like, oh, interesting. You know, it's probably nothing, but I'll send you to get an ultrasound just to see what it is. So I got an ultrasound of my neck. And the ultrasound, it did both sides of my neck. So there's some over here too now. On the ultrasound, 3 of the lymph nodes were quote unquote indeterminate, which is like they can't tell if it's just, you know, swollen from a normal reason, like you have a cold or a virus. That's like considered like okay, right? Like you just have a cold or a virus. That's not like cancer, right? Basically. So they couldn't tell, like, is it that or is it something nefarious? So they couldn't tell. So 3 of them were like indeterminate. Like they couldn't tell if it was nefarious or if it was just a normal swollen lymph node. So I had to get a CT scan, and I got a CT scan of my chest and my neck. And I got that on, what was it? I think November. Yeah, on Halloween is when I got the ultrasound, and then on November 14th is when I got the CT scan. So yeah, the results of the ultrasound came back like a week after. Anyway, that part doesn't matter. So, anyway. Oh, it's blessed. Okay, anyway. Oh, I'm putting this on? Yep. These are dexterity gloves, so I had to put them on. So yeah, I was like, okay, let's get the neck and chest CT. So, because CT is apparently more accurate than ultrasound for lymph nodes. But on the CT, all of my lymph nodes were less than a centimeter, which apparently is like, if they're less than a centimeter, they say you don't even need to worry about it. Even though like mine still had like some of the shapes, like they had like lost their hilum, which is like, it's kind of weird. I don't even know how to explain it. But apparently like that's like a suspicious sign. But still, since it was less than a centimeter on the CT, they're like, don't even worry about it. But I did have an enlarged spleen, which is like, why is my spleen enlarged? So, but my doctor, so when I got the CT results, I didn't actually talk to my doctor. I talked to the nurse practitioner at my doctor's office. And I have nothing against nurse practitioners in general, but this one sucked. So, yeah, I do not like her. So she was like, oh, like, she told me your CT was totally normal. Oh, okay. But then I go in there and read the report, and it's like, your spleen's enlarged. I was like, okay, she didn't say anything about that. Anyway, so she never covered that with me. She put me on, like, a steroid on, like, prednisone to see, like, will my chest pain get better? Because I've also had cough and chest pain since this all started, and I don't think I said, actually, but the lymph node and the cough and chest pain started October 26th. Yeah, 26th and 27th. So, yeah. So, yeah, she's like, okay, well, since you're having chest pain, it's probably costochondritis, which is just like inflammation of the, cartilage in the chest wall. So we're just gonna put you on prednisone. So that didn't, like, help my chest pain at all. And it made me have, like, really bad heart rate and shortness of breath. Like, my heart rate gets super high when I don't do anything. And really bad shortness of breath. So I had to go to the ER. My dad took me to the ER. He's like, why is your heart rate so high? You have to go to the ER. I'm like, okay. And the guy at the ER, of course, was like, you're just crazy. You know how that goes. Like, nothing, like, you just have anxiety. I was like, I do not have anxiety. Bro, you would not believe how many times people have told me I have anxiety throughout this whole journey. When I don't have anxiety, and I've never had anxiety in my life. Like, it's actually insane. He's like, oh, you just have anxiety. You want an Ativan? Here's an Ativan. And I was like, no, I don't want Ativan. Like, because I don't know, I don't like to take medicines I don't need. You know what I mean? Like, I know that I'm not having anxiety, so why would I take medication that I don't need? So, regardless. I get off the prednisone. There's been no change in my cough, my chest pain. or my lymph nodes. So it's like, okay, great. So then I go to, then a couple other things start happening. Weirdly, in December, this is kind of like a side quest, but it's unrelated, but it's weird that it also happened around the same time. I started having seizures in December. Yeah, I started having seizures. And you might be like, what the fuck? Yeah, I've never had seizures before. I started having like these, like, I guess they're called absent seizures. Like where you're just like, yeah, you just like zone out and you just like stare at the wall. And you're like, don't know what the fuck's going on. I started having that. And then I had to go to the hospital again. Because why the fuck am I having seizures, right? And I had to actually stay at the hospital overnight this time with the other situation with the heart rate and shortness of breath. They just saw me at the ER and they're like, oh no, you're fine. Like, go home. You don't need to be here. I'm like, okay, good. But yeah, this time I had to actually stay at the hospital overnight. And they did like a overnight EEG on me, all these tests. And they were like, okay, so you're not actually having like epileptic seizures. I'm like, okay, well, that's good. I don't have epilepsy. Like, I didn't think I did. You know, I'm 23 years old, and I've been healthy until now. Like, I didn't think I had epilepsy. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, they're like, you don't have epilepsy, and the seizures you're having aren't like real seizures, I guess. So what the lady said was basically, so you're probably just stressed, bro. They've been really spamming this emote on me. You're probably just stressed. So yeah, you're probably just stressed. So it's probably nothing. Or like, literally, she's like, you're probably just stressed. And I told her like, but I'm not stressed. Like, so that doesn't make any sense. She said, oh well, everybody's stressed. And that was her answer to that. Oh, the Minotaur's here. Oh. I didn't know the Minotaur was coming out. Guys, I didn't know the Minotaur was coming. What was I at with my story? Oh god. Okay. Oh yeah, so she's like, you're probably just stressed. You know, we come to find out I'm not stressed. I was having a weird reaction to my Wellbutrin, which is apparently common-ish, like not super common, but somewhat common. That like you can have that happen. Okay, so let me pause real quick. You're less dexterous. Ugh. So I need something with some strength. That's my class. I've not won as a Myconid, so I want to fix that. Yeah, I need something with some strength. A paladin could be looking good. Okay. Sabotage. There we go. That's me. So yeah. Do I want to be short? I feel like I'd rather be tall. Yeah, I'll rather be able to see. Okay, anyway. So, come to find out, obviously, I knew I wasn't stressed, right? So, come to find out the actual reason is my Wellbutrin. And that just can happen when you're on Wellbutrin, which I did not realize. So, that's kind of crazy. So, I just stopped. Because I left the hospital. I literally asked the neurologist, too, the one who told me I was just stressed. I was like, okay, so what do I do? Like, about if I'm distressed, like what do I do to fix this, right? Because, you know, even if you really think I'm stressed, you should have something to tell me to do, right? She had no suggestions either way. She was just like, try to be less stressed. Like, that was it. I was like, okay. Like, that, you don't even need to like tell me how. Okay. Like, that's great. Anyway. I'm kind of low health. bro. Okay, hold on. We'll get back to my channel. But yeah, so she said had no suggestions for me. So I was like, okay, I gotta figure this out myself. So then I went home and looked up, like, can Wellbutrin cause this? What can do this? And then it said, yeah, Wellbutrin can cause that. So I was like, okay, I'll just stop taking it. So I stopped taking my Wellbutrin because I'd already, you know, kind of talked to my psychiatrist about some weird other side effects I was having. Oh, a ruby. And he said, if you want to test if the Wellbutrin's causing side effects, it's totally safe to just stop taking it. I was like, okay, bet. So I just stopped taking it, and literally the next day, I stopped having seizures. So clearly, it was just that. So that's good. Anyway, but this whole time, so that's kind of unrelated to, to the rest of my sickness, but I kind of feel like it's probably a combination of the Wellbutrin and then the fact that I was also just, I've been so sick, just in general. Oh, fuck. That made it, like, lowered the threshold, I guess, for me to have a seizure. I don't really know. So, regardless. This whole time I'm just hearing, you know, you just have a mystery virus. We don't know what, I don't know why you're sick. From the doctor that I was going to at my school, right? That's like all she was saying. Like, oh yeah, I don't know why you're sick. I have no idea. It's a mystery. Like, literally, it's a mystery to me. Sorry that I don't have a better answer, but yeah. I just have no idea. So I'm like, okay, that's great. At least she was honest, I guess. But yeah. And then we go through all of December, and I'm just trying to, you know, trust her, because this whole time she's been telling me, you know, just kind of have faith and wait, and you're gonna get healthier. You'll get over whatever virus. It's probably just taking you a little longer to get over whatever virus than, you know, normal. Because I did tell her, like, I've never been sick this long before. She's like, but her answer was, well, yeah, maybe it's just taking a little longer than normal, but you're gonna get over it really soon. Like, it'll be fine. I'm like, okay. But we go all through December. I'm still sick. At this point, I'm starting to get, like, a little annoyed. Like, okay. But I just keep going. So I had surgery January 15th to get rid of, like, loose skin I had, because I lost weight like last year, during the year, at the beginning part of the year, and I had a lot of loose skin. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do my surgery. And a lot of people were telling me that I should have canceled it because I was sick. Obviously, like, I've been sick, but I figured, well, first of all, I already had it scheduled. I could get my money back. So I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna lose my money, you know. So we're having the surgery, and luckily, you know, I've recovered really good, and yeah. So I was like, okay, good. And I also have the feeling that, you know, it hasn't been proven yet, but I just have a feeling that something is really wrong. Like, with how sick I am, and I just feel like something's really wrong here. Like, I'm really sick. Like, I just have a bad feeling about how this is all gonna turn out. Fuck, bro. So yeah, I was like, I'm not dying with loose skin. Like, literally, I don't have a good feeling about how this is gonna turn out. But regardless, I got that, and it went really well. But, like, a couple weeks before that started, before I got the surgery, I started getting, like, weird rashes all over my legs. So I'll get, like, mostly after I take a shower, I get, like, mostly, like, my rash, I'll have, like, purple rashes on my legs with, like, white spots on them. It's weird, I know. Doesn't sound very sexy. Sounds weird, I know. And then, occasionally, I'll get, like, what looks like kind of an allergies hives rash. I get that too. Like, red, like, on my legs after I take a shower too. I get that too. And occasionally I'll get rashes, like, unrelated to showering, and just kind of random on my legs. Sometimes in the palms of my hands. and I also get super itchy, but the rashes aren't itchy. Where I get itchy is like not where I get the rash. Like I get mostly itchy, like I'm itchy right now, but I'm not scratching it. It's like on the back of my head, like in the top of my head, and also on my back, in the back of my neck. So it's very interesting, like that I have a rash and I'm itchy, but they're not, you know, in the same area, right? Normally you'd be like, okay, you have, you know, you'd expect those two things to correlate, but not in my case. So anyway, that all started. I got my surgery, and I started having some mild nausea before the surgery, but it was mild, like something I would just ignore, because you know, I'm used to being in pain. Like, I have to, honestly, like, I can ignore pain, like especially a mild level, so I just ignore it, and then get my surgery. That's good, and then I think it was like the 4th of, so like 2 weeks ago, I started getting really bad nausea, like really, really bad. And I think it's just because of my spleen. My spleen is still enlarged. I don't know if I told you guys this. I had another CT scan. I don't think I said this. I had another CT scan at the end of January. Because now I also have shortness of breath when I like lay flat on my back. It's like something is like sitting on top of my chest and I can't breathe. Like it feels like I can't breathe. Like I can breathe, but like it feels like I can't. You know what I'm saying? And then so I had to go get like a CT scan because they were worried like, did I have like a pulmonary embolism after my surgery? But I didn't. And once again, no one knows why I just can't breathe when I lay down now. Like, yeah, it's just my life now. So I did that, and on that CT scan, obviously, I still had an enlarged spleen, but it was about the same size, and this was before the nausea started, by the way. Before it got like that, I mean, it was still, you know, mild, but it was the same size as it was before, like in November, so I guess that makes sense. So I'm thinking like now it's just grown, maybe my spleen got bigger, because as well as nausea, I have like upper abdominal pain, like in the middle, the top right, and the top left, but mostly the upper middle and upper left, and the spleen is in your left upper quadrant. Yeah, because I really just have upper abdominal pain. I don't have lower abdominal pain at all. So yeah. And then I'm thinking that's what caused the nausea, but the nausea is so bad. I mean, you guys probably have heard me talk about it in some previous streams. Speaking of that, I do need to take some Zofran in a little bit. Probably after this level. Probably after I beat Gnomish, I will. But yeah, it's like I'm taking 12 milligrams of Zofran during the day, every day. Bro, I just drank the fruit juice. I guess I wasn't fast enough. I don't know if Paladin is the right class. Probably not. We'll do one more try with Paladin. If not, we're gonna do something different. But yeah, I take 12 milligrams of Zofran during the day. I was on 16, but I'm on 12 now. I'm trying to get better about not, taking it so much. And I also take 25 milligrams of Finnegan at night. Yeah. But I've also been trying to cut back on that. Like last night and the night before, I only took half of the Finnegan. Like I took 12 and a half both nights, so that's good. It's because I'm scared of running out of it. Because, I'm just using old prescriptions I had, like, mostly. Yeah, so I don't have, like, a blank check for Zofran and Finnegan. So once I run out of what I have, I'm kind of fucked. Like, I don't really have much time. I counted how much of each I have. and I only have, I think, 28 days more. So I'll have to figure this out in 28 days. So yeah. But yeah, my nausea got super severe recently. Just out of nowhere. And you know, like, I haven't changed anything in my, like, habits, obviously. I haven't, like, you know, I don't know, started eating a bunch of crazy new food or something to, you know, predicate this. And then I've also recently, this is weird, this is a weird one. You guys are gonna think I'm crazy. Again, this is something I had, like, since, I think I even had this before October when I got sick. But again, it was so mild and so off and on that I'd just ignore it and I wouldn't think anything of it. It was like I'll have lower back pain, which is like, who doesn't have back pain? But the level it is now is bad. And at this point, it's honestly more like in my hips than my back. And it feels like you're gonna think I'm crazy. For a while, I thought like I was gonna grow. Cause it feels like, you know, when you're like, I guess, a teenager, and you know you're having like a growth spurt, and your like hip bones are doing whatever the fuck hip bones do when you're growing. That's how it feels, except it's like maybe more painful. And yeah, so I thought for a while there I was growing, but then I was like, Adrian, you're 23 years old. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you're not growing. Something's just wrong with your hips. You're just getting old. Like, it's the opposite, probably. But I'm not old enough that I should just be having my hips hurt. I don't know what's going on with my hips. Because, yeah. But yeah, that is so weird. I literally thought I was growing because the pain feels just like that. It's so odd. Yeah. I don't know if any of you guys have experienced anything like this, drop it in the comments, please, because this whole thing is so mysterious. Anyway. Yeah, so it's to the point now where when I walk, I have to hold my hips like a pregnant lady. I'm not exaggerating. You know how pregnant ladies waddle? Yeah. Yeah. Oh shit. Literally, that's how I look and feel. I'm waddling. Oh, I did not mean to recast. But yes, literally, that's how I look. So it's pretty bad. Yeah, it's pretty bad. We know this is a ruby, so that's good. And then, sorry, I'm getting distracted by the. And yeah, that's been going on. And I've already mentioned, I don't think I mentioned this in this stream, but you guys know if you've been watching my other streams, that I've lost a good amount of weight. I've lost, I'm like, what, 148 now? Before I got sick, I was, 165. So yeah, I've lost like 17 pounds. And, you know, it's weird, because yeah, I wasn't trying to lose weight. And it's the thing that makes it really weird is that I always, before this, I had to work to, you know, keep the same weight, right? Like, I would have to watch my diet to make sure I didn't gain weight. Because if I would just eat, you know, whatever I felt like, I would gain weight, probably. If I wasn't, you know, being careful about eating 1,800 or less calories a day, I would gain weight, probably. So I had to be mindful of my calories. But now it's like I'm eating the same as I was before, yet I'm losing weight. And I lost like 17 pounds. Like, that's kind of weird. So yeah. Cool. That's weird. And then I have also, you guys know this if you've been following me, but I have low-grade fevers like every day. So I'm always having to check my temperature whenever I get a hot flash, so to speak. Yeah. Literally. I'll get like, every night I'll get a low-grade fever. Basically, like 99.5, 99.7. The highest it's been is 100.5, if I remember right. It's never been like really, really high. But you guys know, like, I'll start sweating, I'll get super uncomfortable. Like, it doesn't feel good to have a fever, even if it's a low-grade fever. Algernon, bring me that ass. Just cast it real quick. Okay, y'all can nibble me for a second. Chill, though. Bring me that ass. God damn it. Okay, well, I still have more stories to tell, so I need to work more. I'll work on a hardcore run. Anyway. So, back to what I was saying. And this we need to do hardcore. Off. Yeah, because I got more stuff to tell y'all. So, I'm finally going to the doctor. Oh, I did also get an echo. I don't think I said this. An echo is like an ultrasound of your heart. I got that, and there was a couple things that were kind of like mildly wrong, but the cardiologist was like, don't worry about it because you're young and healthy. Like, I had regurgitation, but it wasn't the aortic valve, luckily. That's the one my dad has problems with. That I think it was mitral and tricuspid valve. I had like mild regurgitation, so that's not a big deal, I don't think. And then I had elevated right ventricle pressure. I was like, okay, so do I have pulmonary hypertension? What's T? Tell me what's T, because I'm only 23. And then my left atrium was dilated. I was like, what's going on with my heart at this point? What's going on with everything at this point? Bro, this is too much. Because I just casted him. Whatever. Anyway. Yeah, I was like, what's T with my heart? But the cardiologist was like, well, you're young, so don't worry about it. I was like, okay, yeah, but I feel like, if anything, you guys let me know if I'm tripping. The fact that I'm young means nothing should be wrong with my heart. Am I tripping? Like, I feel like, yeah, I'm young, so my heart should be perfect. Or not perfect, but, you know, pretty close. Regardless. So, I'm having an ultrasound, because I've had chest and neck CTs, because of my lymph nodes, because they're still swollen, but they're all less than a centimeter. And then I had that lung nodule that they found on my most recent CT, but that was only 5 millimeters. So they said, don't worry about that. They're telling me to just brush a lot of stuff off here, and I'm kind of getting a little suspicious. Y'all know what I mean? Like, y'all listen to my story. You're like, would you be suspicious too? I'm a little suspicious, because they're telling me, oh, this is, you know, a little off, this is a little off, but don't worry about that. Oh, it's it's all probably nothing. I'm like, I don't believe you at this point, because my body doesn't feel like it's nothing. Yeah, so, regardless. I'm getting an ultrasound of my abdomen on 2 days from now. Yeah, 2 days from now. Because of my severe nausea. So we're gonna get to look into my abdomen and see what's T in my abdomen. See what's T there. If I'm having... What did it... Oh. Well, that's fine, actually. That's actually fine. We're gonna see what's T in my abdomen. If my spleen is still enlarged, which I feel like it definitely has to be. And I would think it has to be more enlarged than before, because, I mean, it's been enlarged, and now the pain suddenly got worse. So, I don't know. We'll see, though. And then on Friday, 2 days from now, I'm recording this on Tuesday the 18th. No, Tuesday the 17th, so 3 days from now. On Friday, I'm going to hematologist-oncologist. So that is good. I'm just hoping they take it seriously. Because, you know, so far it's been like I told my primary care doctor and the ENT doctor that I go to, like, I went to him and asked him if he would do a biopsy of one of my lymph nodes. And he was like, no, because it's less than a centimeter. I'm like, okay, well, I understand it's less than a centimeter, but it's not getting smaller, and it's spreading. Like, at first it was just under my chin, then it went to both sides of my neck, then it went to my armpits. TMI, I know. Then, you know, now my nausea's getting worse, and my lower back's getting worse. Like, things are getting worse, not better. So, somebody's got to look into this. So, I'm just really hoping that, you know... Ow! I just beat my own ass with that magic deflection cloak. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm just really hoping that the hematologist, oncologist takes it serious. Because so far I haven't had, you know, the best luck. And I just feel like no one really cares. Like, I don't know, like, that's how it feels, honestly. Like, it just feels like no one gives a shit. And I just feel like, literally, like, I feel like I'm gonna die. Like, I know I sound dramatic, but at this point, that's genuinely how I feel. That's genuinely how it feels. Like, something is really wrong. Bro. I can't get a break here. But yeah, so I don't really know how it's gonna go. So when I go to that appointment, it's going to be like, I think it's actually gonna be a long appointment, which is good. So I'm going there at, I think 10:30 is my appointment on Friday. And then I have labs at 10:30. That's first. So I've never been to an oncologist or hematologist. They're the same doctor, I guess, before. And so yeah, this is totally new for me. So at 10:30, I'm going to get my labs, my blood drawn there, and that takes like 10 minutes, they said on the appointment thing, which makes sense for getting your blood drawn. And then I guess I'll just hang out in the waiting room and wait for the blood to, like, give results. And then, I'm guessing. And then at 11, I have an appointment with, I guess, a nurse practitioner. Yeah. And I don't know if it's just, like, because it's the first appointment, you don't see a doctor. I don't know. So it's just with the nurse practitioner, which is, I guess, fine. Right? It's fine. Honestly, as long as whoever it is like actually is nice to me and actually cares to, like, do tests and figure out what's wrong with me, I really don't care who it is. It could be a nurse. Like, literally, it really doesn't matter to me at all. But I just want them to, like, you know, actually care about what's wrong with me and actually take it serious. Because I'm so tired of hearing, just don't worry about it. Like, it's probably nothing. Because I know that's not right. Like, that's not right. God damn it. Why did I leave that fucking cloak on? Yeah, I just know that's not right, so. Baby. Baby! Baby! Oh, it's gonna be a good game. Oh. No, I can't die. I cannot die when I have 2 succubi. But yeah, so I'm trying to be really hopeful and think that everything's gonna work out good. You know, it's hard just because I feel like the best predictor of future results is past results, right? And things have just not they've just not worked out good. Like, honestly, like, it feels like right now I'm the only one who cares about my health, which I guess that's kind of how it is in life, right? But, like, I feel like, you know, I've been to so many doctors, like, somebody should care. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to get somebody to care, and I just can't. And, you know, obviously I post on TikTok, I don't know, and people have been saying, like, oh, you probably have lymphoma. I'm like, yeah, it does look like that, doesn't it? Which is, like, I understand that that's probably the most likely outcome, considering my symptoms and my age group, but also my lymph nodes aren't that big. So, we'll see if that actually is what I have or not. But either way, the only way I'm gonna know is if somebody actually gives a shit enough to do a biopsy on me. Like, seriously. But it's something's going on with my blood, I mean. And all my lower back and hip pain definitely makes me worry. Something in the marrow. But, you know, hopefully everybody's right and it's, well, actually, I can't even say I hope that it's actually nothing, because I know it's not nothing. I actually just hope, what I really, really, really hope happens is I just get diagnosed with whatever the fuck it is. Where's the key room? Because I know it's over somewhere. Yeah, that's what I really want. I just want, when I go to the hematologist, this is like my biggest wish in life right now, too, guys. This is crazy. I'll talk about that in a second. But I just want them to tell me what, you know, figure out what it actually is, so I can get whatever the treatment is and feel better. And this is gonna sound so crazy, you guys. You're gonna think I'm crazy, like I said, but just hear me out. So you guys know I was applying to medical school, and I told you guys, oh, I'm not gonna get in. Well, of course I didn't get in. And my mom, you know, of course, was like disappointed. But she wants me to apply again. She wants me to reapply, like, this year. Because she's like, you'll have a better chance to get in this year because you completed, you know, all your classes, and which they're not done yet. I'm in the process right now of doing them. But her point is that now that because I hadn't completed all the necessary classes to go to med school, right? Like, I hadn't even taken chemistry. So she's like, now that you've completed that, you know, you'll be more likely to get in, blah, blah, blah. But besides the point. She's like, you know, how do you feel? Like, fishing for me to say I'm disappointed or I'm sad, right? But that's what she was fishing for. Like, you know, aren't you sad? Aren't you disappointed that you didn't get in? And I was like, well, it sucks, but, you know, but I couldn't really explain it to her because she doesn't understand. She doesn't understand. And like I said, you know, she's not very sympathetic to what my health issues are like. She just has no idea, and she just doesn't really have much sympathy. She just kind of assumes that I'm just, I don't know, being dramatic. Her and my dad, they don't understand. You know, like they said, my dad, he tried. He said, like, the last couple times I told him, I said I'm sick, or I have some symptom, he's like, you know, your body's just so sensitive to stuff. Like, it could be the smallest thing and you'll feel really sick. Like, thanks. Like, I don't know. Anyway. But yeah, going through that. But yeah, you know, I got off track. But the point of that story is, I wasn't even that disappointed that I got into medical school, because at this point, that's not even like one of my top priority. The thing I want in life, oh shit, she got him. Like, you know, before I got sick, that was my goal in life, was to get into medical school, and that was it. That was my goal. But now, I don't even really care about that anymore. Because, like, literally the only thing I care about is not feeling like this. Is that fucked up? Is that bad? I hope that makes sense. It doesn't sound like I'm just saying screw everything. Like, obviously, I still, you know, would want to go there. But, like, even if I got in right now, I'm not healthy enough to go. It's just like, I guess, I don't think this will make sense to anyone who's not really sick themselves. But yeah, like, it's just like, the only thing that I care about is getting healthier. Getting whatever's wrong with me figured out. Like, honestly, that's the only thing I can think about in life, is how sick I feel, because it's so bad. Like, that's all I care about, is feeling better. Yeah. I hope that makes sense to you guys. It doesn't sound like. And I don't want it to sound like I'm just complaining about my life, although I guess I kind of am. But I don't know. I guess I am kind of just complaining, but that's just how I feel, honestly. Okay, so they're not cursed or blessed. And I just wanted to kind of, like, while on the first part of the stream, I just wanted to give y'all, like, a whole discussion, I guess, and just talk about the whole summary of my health problems. I'm sure I missed something, and I know I didn't explain it in the best way. Honestly, like, I'm sure, you know, with me playing Barony, it took way longer than it should have, and I'm sorry about that. That's just where I'm at with life right now. Okay, I have potion of state. And yeah, we're just gonna really hope that, you know, when I get to the hematologist, that they're gonna help me. Even though, like I said, I honestly don't know if that's gonna be the case or not. Because my luck hasn't been the best, but I'm trying to have hope. Like, honestly, I really am. I really am trying to have hope, and I'm trying to tell myself that it's gonna work out good, and they're gonna help me, and they're gonna figure out what's wrong. Oh shit. Hold on. What's my leadership level? 57? Yeah, and I can have the Night Soul return. Yeah, we need Callie. Yeah, there's no way I'm not getting Callie. I mean, come on. Be fucking for real. Alright, now I can recast him. Sorry, that was... And I would love to unpolymorph, but I can't really do that, so... I could take this shit off. I'm going to. Even though it's theoretically blessed. Oh, I need to go to the bathroom in a minute. Sorry, it's so random. But yeah, I think that's all I wanted to really say about that. And if you guys have any questions, like, please throw them in the comments. Or if you guys have any suggestions, like, if any of you guys have had something similar happen to you, like, please let me know what it ended up being like. Because, like I said, you know, I've been sick since October, and all I wanted to do is be healthy. Like, more than anything in life, all I want to do is feel like my old self. Even though, like, yes, you know, I wasn't 100% healthy, or I still had health issues. But it wasn't like this. It wasn't like this. Like, this is just horrible. I can't live like this, honestly, you guys. So yeah, if you guys have any suggestions, please tell me what I could do, anything like that. Okay, so that's enough of that. I won't make you guys listen to that anymore. Sorry, I know I kind of talked a long time, but there was a lot to cover, and I did kind of promise I was gonna, with the video title, I was gonna discuss everything. Ooh, let's go. I want one with a pickaxe, but I guess I can't find them. Yeah, I want a pickaxe. There's nobody with a pickaxe. Oh, it's a blast. What? How the fuck did he do that? Y'all, that's ridiculous. Okay, well, I'm done. I think I explained enough of my health problems. Hope y'all enjoyed watching. Please let me know if you have any questions. Bye.